All right, guys. So I dropped off in San Antonio yesterday around 12 p.m. and then I was able to get a load that's going to be coming down that I pick up here in Laredo. So I'm actually at our Laredo yard. We do a lot of business here in Laredo. So anytime you normally get a load going to San Antonio, you're going to end up shooting down 35 and coming to Laredo. So what's nice about this load is that, or this area, is that you could basically sleep here. You don't have to really go to the truck stops. We have a bunch of parking here at our Stevens yard, so I was able to get a good night's rest here last night. I just connected to my trailer, so I'm gonna go check out at the guard once my 10-hour break is up, and then I'll be able to start rolling to Fairburn, Georgia. So I've done this literally exact load before, where it picked up in Laredo and it's going to this exact same city in Atlanta, or town in Atlanta. So it's gonna be a good one. It keeps me south, which is what I want right now in the winter, with how much snow has been going on across the country and a lot of people getting shut down for weather. This at least keeps me moving, because if we're shut down, we're really not making all that much in terms of money, right? Because if we're not getting miles, we're not really making money. So we do get breakdown pay, or weather shutdown pay with Stevens, but it's not going to be as much if you were to be, driving your 400 or 500 miles a day. So I'm going to shoot to get to a little bit past Houston today, about 430 miles. I already kind of planned out my truck stop for the night. I always try to do that, guys. If you know if you kind of pace yourself, right? You figure out exactly what truck stop you want to park at. You could look at on Trucker Path to see how much parking spots they actually have. That's super important, and you can kind of see the data based off of what time of the day it is, and roughly if they're going to have parking, if they're going to have a lot of spots, some spots, or if they're normally full by that time of the day. So if I'll start around 10 o'clock. I got to go scale out this load, and then I'll be able to start driving. I'll probably shut down around 6:37, I would say, tonight. And yeah, and then I'll have another 450 tomorrow, and then on the 16th I'll end up driving like maybe 50 to 100 miles, and then I'll shut down, and then this load doesn't deliver until the 16th. So I got plenty of time in this load. Like I said, I've done this one before. It's not one of those ones where you're crunched for time, which is the ones I like, right? I like when I could just kind of pace myself, drive 450 a day, and get a good parking spot and call it a day. So yeah, we're gonna head out of here. Laredo, it's nice and sunny this morning, so let's get it. All right, we just got to a Flying J. This is my optimal fueling stop, short for OptiStop, or long version for OptiStop. Like I was saying in a previous video, we have certain truck stops that we specifically fuel up from, so that we get the best price per gallon. And on our tablet it tells us exactly how many gallons to get, and it makes it simple. So every 50 gallons that you get a shower credit. So I'm gonna take a shower right now. It's currently like 1 p.m. If I can, I'll try to shower either like really early in the morning, like between like 6 and 7, or I'll stop at like 1 p.m. like in the afternoon at some point, like middle afternoon, like lunchtime. Normally there's not as big of a line for the showers, because I don't like to wait. Like, who likes to wait for a shower? So it's super easy. You just click reserve a shower. It gets you get a code on your phone, and it tells you what shower number, and you're good to go. You get about 10 minutes from the time you reserve the shower to the time you need to enter the code to take your shower. So I'll always reserve it in my truck, and pack my bag, whatever clothes I'm gonna be wearing for the next day, and get after it. So yeah, like I said, it's best to, like, at least in my opinion, I like showering middle of the day, because sometimes, like, once everyone comes off their shift at night, sometimes there could be like 3 or 4 in front of you. Sometimes you can wait in 30, 40, 50 minutes for a shower. So let's go get the shower. Normally all the pilots are pretty much set up the same way. You got your sections where you could get some stuff for your truck. Have you guys ever seen it inside of a Pilot? This one is partnered with McDonald's over there. McDonald's over there. This one has a Cinnabon. I don't know if you guys like cinnamon rolls. They're all right. This one's got a casino. Not bad. Sometimes they're not real casinos. Got lounge over here. Most of the time you just got to you could gamble for points. 4605. And we are in. So this is what the inside of a truck stop shower looks like. You got your towels, got the shower, plenty of space to hang up your clothes. And the showers, you know, everyone's a little bit different, but they're pretty much relatively the same. So yeah, take a shower, get some lunch, and then get back on the road. Like I said, I'm gonna be stopping a little bit past Houston today, so I've only driven about 2 hours. I got at least another 5-6 hours, hopefully. I mean, Houston traffic's always terrible, so I'll probably be stuck in some Houston traffic for a little bit, but it is what it is. We'll get to where we're going. So check in with you guys in a little bit. What's going on, guys? We are walking back to the truck. Just got a nice workout this morning. I'm gonna be heading to Atlanta, or continuing my drive to Atlanta today. I'm in Louisiana right now and had a good day yesterday. Drove about 450 miles, shut down a little bit past Houston. And that brings me to the topic of this video is speed control and following distance. So in big cities, you guys really need to make sure you're paying attention to your following distance and you're keeping your speed under control. You know, that's something that Stevens stresses when you're in training, you're in orientation, you're in grad, how important it is to keep that 6 seconds following distance and to, you know, don't be speeding, right? Because in these big traffic cities, when there's 4 or 5 lanes of traffic, people are flying, people are cutting you off, people are merging, there's so much going on. If you're too close to the vehicles in front of you, all of a sudden there's a pile up, people are slamming on their brakes, someone's getting cut off, someone's slamming on their brakes. You're putting yourself in a situation where you might not have enough time to stop. So when I'm driving, I am stressing the fact that I need to make sure that I'm going 5 to 15 miles per hour slower than the speed of traffic, staying in the correct lane, and keeping a 6 second following distance or more, right? Like, now that I've been driving, you know, almost 6 months now, I'm starting to enjoy being in these big cities. I think it's fun. I think with all the traffic going on, you got to be very aware to your surroundings. I like the fast-paced lifestyle. So I don't mind being in these big cities. Like I said, I think it's fun, but you know, if you're a new driver, you might want to consider just turning off the music when you're going through these cities, making sure you're, you know, it sounds corny, but you want to make sure your hands are in the proper position on the steering wheel. You want to have full control of that vehicle, and you want to have, you know, full awareness of your surroundings. It's super important, guys, because you'll realize, like, I mean, like yesterday I was getting cut off, people were merging, there was a lot going on, and I want to make sure that I have enough time to stop if someone cuts me off. It's so important. So like I said, 5 to 10 seconds of following distance, making sure, or 5 to 10 miles per hour under the speed limit, or under the speed of traffic. Because most of the time in big cities, if the speed limit's 65, people are probably, if there's a lot of traffic, people are probably going 55, 60. You should be going 45, 50, right? You don't want, like, and in the correct lane. And there's times where you are going to be in the third lane. Say there's 4 lanes of traffic, you want to be in the third lane, because if you're in a high merging area where people are merging onto the highway and merging off of the highway, they're going to be merging onto that right lane of traffic, that furthest right lane of traffic. So there's times where you could get bad timing and you don't know if you need to slow down or you need to speed up because you got someone that's going to be merging into your lane, and it could create some confusion between you and that driver. So it's super important that you know what lane you should be in. Sometimes you need to be in that middle lane. Sometimes you need to be in that third lane. If you're just in the open highway, right? There's no one around you. Obviously, you want to be in the right lane. But sometimes in these big cities, that furthest right lane is not always the safest. So you guys will be fine. Don't think too much of it, but definitely make sure you are paying attention to that following distance and that speed control. So that's gonna basically do it for this video. I'm gonna be continuing this drive. I'll probably shut down somewhere in Alabama tonight, and then I'll finish out the drive to Atlanta tomorrow. My appointment isn't until 12 p.m. Or 12 p.m. 1 a.m. the following day. So I got plenty of time left in this load, and I'll end up shutting down and taking a 34-hour reset in Atlanta because I want to reset my 70-hour clock so I have enough time to get back to Florida for my home time come the end of the month. So there's times like you could run on recaps, right, and keep running on recaps, but there could be situations where you don't have enough hours to get a load there. You got to get repowered, and I don't want to have to get repowered off of a home time load. So I'll always try to take a 34-hour reset maybe 10 days before I take home time, so that I have enough hours to get myself back to my home time. But I'm rambling now. That's gonna basically do it for the video. Make sure to like the video. If you guys are looking to join Stevens Transport, reach out to a recruiter, man. I've had a good experience. I've learned a lot. I've been making some good money, driving a nice truck. Everything's going smooth. There'll be hiccups and there'll be times where you'll have a bad day of trucking. It doesn't matter what company you work for, you're gonna have bad days. You might even have a bad week, right? But you push through it. The miles are there, the money's there. You just got to be willing to put in the work and to just go with the flow. There isn't always going to be, it's not always sunshine and rainbows out here. You're gonna have bad weather. You're gonna have delays. You're gonna have things that are gonna go wrong. But then you're gonna have days and weeks that are and months that are gonna be like, I did pretty good. You're gonna have some fun with it. So come on board. We welcome you. And yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. I'm out. Peace.